Now, from the high-definition studios of WATN Local 24, this is Local Memphis Live with Yvette and Lauren.
Well, good morning. I'm Yvette Whiteside.
I'm Lauren Raymer. Thanks for joining us today on Local Memphis Live. Hope you had a wonderful weekend.
I did. Did you?
I did. You know, half the weekend was spent being productive, doing all the cleaning, all the weeding that we put off, you know. But Sunday was a nice, restful day for us.
That's cool. I went down to the AutoZone Park. I was at the Memphis Brew Festival, and we had a great time. There was a lot of people there. I didn't really know that a lot of people really cared about beer like that, but
I know. I was going to say, of all the festivals that went on this weekend, you went to the Brew Fest.
I know. Yeah. Well, my boyfriend was a volunteer, a part of the Brew Fest, so I went there with him. But it was all for a great cause. People were down there drinking, and it was, of course, the proceeds were going to muscular dystrophy. So we had a good time.
Then, of course, the Linking Hands for Life event, huge success. We built that up all last week, and our own Rodney Dunnigan, I think he came in last.
Oh, yeah.
I think he was first.
I know that's not true.
He's watching. I probably got it wrong, but he did good. Great MC for that event, and the Crawfish Festival, of course. A lot of people eating the mud bugs.
I know, everything. There was a lot of stuff going on for the weekend, and we got a lot of stuff coming up today here on Local Memphis Live. Brides-to-be of all ages learn how you can embody a timeless look on the day of your nuptials.
Plus, Boo Mitchell, music producer of Uptown Funk, stops by to talk about his experience working with Bruno Mars and Mark Ronson and get the scoop on his next big project. And
Belly Acres cooks up its signature burger and explains why you need to try out their menu. Yum. Can't wait for that. Well, 1 down, 3 to go. Your Memphis Grizzlies are waking up this morning with a 1-game lead and a best-of-7 series against the Portland Trailblazers, a team they dominated in the regular season.
The fans were crazy on fire last night. And it looks like the Grizzlies are going to dominate in the postseason as well. They cruised past the Blazers 100-86. Grizz Nation, of course, came together by the thousands last night for the pregame playoff plaza party. Proud of how the franchise and community have really rely on each other, especially in the postseason.
We need this right now. We need this. We need this for the city, you know, for everybody just come together just to be a big town tonight.
They represent the good in the city. They do so much good work. They go to the St. Jude Hospital and do things.
Sure do. And game 2 is set for Wednesday night right here in Memphis. Last night, a Grizzlies team spokesperson said a limited number of tickets are still available.
So snatch them up. And coming up tonight on Local Hoops Live, Grizz Nation, Doc Holliday breaks down game 1 against the Portland Trail Blazers. Plus, Gil Tyree sits down with the radio voice of the Grizzlies for the big interview. Here's Sunday's best radio calls and why Eric thinks the Grizzlies are still the team to beat in the West.
And John Martin from our radio partners, 92.2 FM, ESPN Radio, joins Doc and gives his take on game 1 and the series. And of course, you can catch Local Hoops Live, Grizz Nation, every Monday at 6:30 right here on Local 24. Well, April is National Donate Life Month, and we mentioned this earlier, and Local Cares was proud to sponsor the 9th annual Linking Hands for Life event. And of course, our very own Rodney Dunnigan was the MC, and he also participated.
Huge turnout there for a good cause. More than 120,000 people in the U.S. are currently waiting for a donor. So this was a great opportunity for those already involved to get out and just kind of celebrate together.
Yep.
Music, gumbo, and mud bugs. The 23rd annual Ragin' Cajun Crawfish Festival is wrapped up on the banks of the mighty Mississippi. Yesterday, people filled Wagner Place and Riverside Drive to get their fill of crawfish.
Organizers boiled a whopping 18,000 pounds.
Oh
my goodness. The Ragin' Cajun Crawfish Festival is a fundraiser for Porter Leaf. It's an organization that helps at-risk children and families in the Mid-South. Man, how do you even crack those things open?
Oh, I hate crawfish. I will say, though, we had Master Chef Junior Logan Guloff on, who made a crawfish po' boy, and that was the best crawfish. I mean, it was fried, and he said it was very clean, so I don't know if I could do that.
You were able to stomach that one.
I was able to stomach that one, but still a great cause. Many of you do like the mud bugs. So.
Seriously, when I'm out to eat with someone, like, I can't even sit there and enjoy my food when there's like mud bugs. Someone else is eating it on their plate, or seafood. I'm like gagging.
They're telling us to move on because I'm making myself sick.
Well, hundreds of folks also came out to spend time celebrating what's becoming a spring tradition, the Africa in April Festival.
Sunday, Robert Church Park was filled with cultural activities, food, music, and crafts. Each year, organizers honor a different country, and this is the 29th year for the festival. Always a great turnout.
Well, in today's Hot Topics, Bobby Brown stunned his audience during a concert Saturday night when he told the crowd, "Bobby is awake, she's watching me."
Huge stunner there. Bobby Christina, also, of course, the daughter of the late Whitney Houston, fell into a coma after being found face down in a bathtub back in January 31st. In fact, Bobby Brown was performing at the Verizon Theater in Grand Prairie, Texas, when he made that announcement. So still kind of waiting on pins and needles to get more of an update now that he's kind of sparked that.
But that's good news. I was happy to hear that. Well, an ESPN reporter has been suspended for a week after video emerged of her berating a tow company employee. Now, the sports network announced Britt McHenry's suspension on Twitter.
She, of course, has apologized for the incident, posting on Twitter that she allowed her emotions to get away from her in a stressful situation. Now, that's like road rage, or was she getting towed? She was getting towed, right?
I'm assuming
so.
Yeah.
Her rant was pretty awful. And I'm telling you, if you're in any sort of public eye at all, you just can't.
Yeah,
You've
you
got
have to be careful.
A censor, because
but if she saw her car being towed away, you're like, you know, you're going crazy.
It was bad. If you haven't seen it, you need to look it up. All right, trending right now. A big honor for singer Taylor Swift Sunday night. Swift received the Academy of Country Music's Milestone Award in Dallas, and her mom was there to give her the honor.
Good
The award comes less than 2 weeks after Swift announced her mother was battling cancer.
Mom thanked the music community for taking such good care of Swift. Swift also thanked the country music community for giving her the chance to break out and pop. Well, Furious 7 held on to the #1 spot at the box office for the 3rd weekend in a row, making nearly $30 million.
That's right. Kevin James' sequel, Paul Blart Mall Cop Open 2, opened in 2nd place. Horror flick Unfriended rounded out the top 3. A night out on the town's getting more expensive. A new survey by Urban Sitter found the cost of babysitters is on the rise. Hourly rates for babysitters range from about $11 to nearly $20 an hour.
Goodness, I need to be a babysitter.
The site surveyed 10,000 families about their in-home child care costs. The priciest spots are San Francisco and New York. Denver was the least expensive of the 9 cities surveyed. Experts say one reason for rising costs is that parents are increasingly using college kids rather than high school students for child care.
Well, the survey also checked prices for mothers' helpers and nannies. Now, experts say mothers' helpers tend to be younger kids who help while the parent is in the home. Now, those kids top out at $13 per hour, according to the survey, and 62% of those surveyed pay more than $20,000 each year for a nanny. And what about male child caregivers? Well, 28% of parents said they wouldn't even consider it, but the number of people opposed to the ideal is down from last year. All in all, it seems the grown-up time is worth the money. 1/3 of parents say they do date nights once a week. So I have no babies. Lauren, you have 2. That's double the rate for you. I'm assuming.
It's true. No, it's true. Yeah.
Do you pay for a babysitter now, or do you do?
Yeah, and of course, I've got to give her major props. I know she's probably watching. Do y'all realize, I tell her, just take care of my 2 babies. I know that's a handful, but she comes home and she goes above and beyond. Cleans, wipes down the counters, does my laundry.
She's able to do all that while watching 2 babies? Wow.
Yeah, so I tell you what, you got to pay them. You got to pay the goods.
Yeah,
when you
she's
got them.
super nanny.
She's wonderful. And all right, let's go check out your weather here today as you're heading out the door. Really nice temperatures. A little bit cool side this morning. 57 in Memphis, Jackson, and Clarksdale. 55 in Oxford. We're working in sunshine. We started the day with a little bit of cloud cover, but those are starting to exit now. 60 degrees this hour, 63 at noon, and 67 at 5. All right, coming up tonight on ABC, Bachelor Chris Soules vying for the Mirrorball Trophy. Catch Dancing with the Stars at 7.
That's followed by Castle at 9.
All right, every bride wants to not only look great on her wedding day, but also in those pictures for years to come.
After the break, Stacey Vasson shows brides of all ages how to create a timeless look. We'll be right back.